What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? Let's pretend for a moment, I know this is a stretch, but let's pretend for a moment that you are Officer R.S. Zarkishan of the Tulsa Police Department. You're sitting at a light in your squad car and you got the green, so you're about to take off, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a car swoops in front of you, making a turn. You're like, what the hell? Whoop! Pull them over. License and registration, please. To which the driver cannot produce. On top of that, you recognize that this guy's tags have been expired for 2 whole months. You grow increasingly suspicious of this guy, but not enough to feel threatened for your life. After questioning the guy over and over and over and over again, you have another cop show up on the scene, Officer Craig Johnson, veteran. This is your sergeant. Guy's over you, right? Supervisor. You order this guy out of the car, and this guy, who goes by the name of David Anthony Ware, is really not aware of your authority. He's like, I don't want to get out of the car. I don't have to get out of the car. You're violating my rights. He even calls his friend. Help me, they're violating my rights. He's fidgeting, he's reaching, he's doing all kinds of things. And the cops are constantly just telling him, get out of the car. Okay, David, get out of the car. David, that's how they're talking to him. David, like a little kid, that's being mischievous. David, get out of the car. David, get out of the car. They even gave him a countdown. Again, like a kid. 3, 2, 1. Get out of the car, David. They refused to hit him with the stun gun. They had the stun gun trained on him the whole time. And dude was like, you gonna shoot me? He's like, I'm not gonna shoot you. I'm gonna stun you. You better get out of the car, David. They warned him over and over. I mean, at least a couple of dozen times. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. David is reaching, all kinds of things. And finally, after a good 7 minutes or so, and fam, it was a full 7 minutes, I promise you. 7 minutes of David saying, no, I'm not getting out, and reaching and moving around and doing whatever he wanted to inside of the car. Keep in mind, police ain't threatened yet. They don't fear for their lives. They finally hit him with the stun. Bam! Dude starts going crazy. Yeah, you violated me, He starts pushing him off. They hit him with the pepper spray. He's pushing him, swinging on him, struggling. All of a sudden, bang, bang, bang. Start banging on him. He killed Sergeant Craig Johnson. Injures Zarkishan, the first officer on the scene. And this dude is subsequently arrested, taken in without incident. No harm to his physical. Absolutely amazing. The restraint, the patience, the consideration they had for life. To spare life. Like they never once thought about shooting him. Never once thought about beating him to a pulp, choking him, stabbing him, anything, like running over him with the car, nothing. David, get out of the car, David. Get out of the car, David. They didn't fear for their lives until he started banging on them, blasting. What some may say that got Officer Craig Johnson killed was white privilege. Let's face it, fam. We all know what would have happened had he been black. He would have never, ever, ever gotten that far. Within seconds, the first warning, it probably wouldn't have even been a warning. They probably would have just banged on him. But they gave this guy warning after warning after warning. And then the black chief, Wendell Franklin, stepped up, spoke for the community. He said he did not want the video to be released because it would cause trauma to those in law enforcement. He didn't want to see people watching. He didn't want people to watch the video and see the officers get killed. He didn't want to see the officer get killed. He didn't want people seeing the officer get killed. Yet, every day, a new video comes out where the police kill black folks and other folks, but mostly black folks, illegally, unarmed. He ain't got no problem. None of them have a problem with those videos being released. As if those videos don't cause us trauma. As if those videos are not disturbing for us to watch. As if somehow those who are members of law enforcement are special. Like somehow when they bleed, when they die, the world stops. Hey, wait a minute, this is a special life. Please don't show that video. It's too disturbing. I can guarantee you, I bet you $1 to a donut, Franklin ain't never once said, don't show the video to the public of a black person getting killed by the police because the video is too disturbing. The hypocrisy, the double standards. This is what have people enraged. If law enforcement, members of law enforcement, treated every life like it had meaning, like every life was special, every life was deserving of privacy in the event of a homicide being committed against it, this would be a much different society. The whole community, the whole city, the whole country really would be in mourning. But because of the way that they operate, you have a partisan society. This is something they created. See, the people in this country, no matter where they live, want to live safely. And if the police can provide that safety, then they're all for it. But you cannot have it both ways. You cannot make the community unsafe and still think the community is supposed to ride for you. You cannot lose the trust of the people and think that the people are supposed to care about you. when you or members of your fraternity or your gang faces strife, tragedy. You can't expect that. This Franklin dude, I told y'all just a couple of days ago, fam. These black police chiefs, many of them, most of them, straight up buck dancers. They're only in that position to uphold the status quo. And we know what that involves. R.I.P. Breonna Taylor. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?